Good afternoon, students. In the last lecture, we have discussed about few animals for their nutritional apparatus. The animals we learned last time was amoeba had food vacuole as a nutritional apparatus. Then we have also learned about hydra, the other animal having gastrovascular cavity as a nutritional apparatus. Both were small animals. One of them was microscopic, belongs to phylum Protozoa, and didn't have even a mouth, but still can able to feed or can able to ingest. But now the animals which we are going to learn, those are little larger in size, so that we will begin. The one is earthworm. Earthworm have a complete digestive system. Let us talk a little bit about earthworm. Earthworm is a triploblastic animal. It is living in ground, that is in the soil. Normally it is found in rainy season. Otherwise, in the rest of the period, it is present well below the ground, normally in the moisture area. The digestive system of earthworm, it lies in the coelomic cavity. The cavity present inside the body is called as coelom, and the system present in it is, that's why it is called as coelomic cavity. Earthworm is a burrower animal, means it is burrowing in underground and feeding on organic detritus food material that is present in the soil. It has a complete digestive system, as the food is taken inside the mouth and the waste is thrown out of the anus. So in this diagram, I will show you the first and last part of the digestive system of earthworm. This is the first at the beginning. This red dot is hovering around this. In the first segment, there is a presence of mouth. Whereas at the end, the complete diagram is not shown, but at the end, in the last segment, the anus is located. Now let us talk about mouth. Mouth is located in the first segment, that is called as peristomium. You must write down these new terminologies you will come across. Peristomium, which is also called as simply mouth, and it is located in the first segment. As this animal is a segmental animal, the body is segmented, so it comes under phylum Annelida. Then this peristomium is covered with overhanging lobe, that is called as prostomium. So this is second terminology. Peristomium covered by prostomium, and whenever this animal is not feeding at that time, this prostomium is covering the mouth. It prevents the soil entering in its mouth. Now the mouth continues into buccal cavity. Buccal cavity is the second component or the second part of the digestive system. Here you can see the label, buccal cavity. It is located in the second to fourth second segment, and this mouth continues into the buccal cavity, which is further followed by pharynx, which is extending from segment second to fourth. That means in the first segment there is a mouth, in the second segment there is a buccal cavity. Immediately From the second segment, the pharynx begins and it continued up to fourth segment. The food along with the sand particle is collected by the buccopharyngeal region, means whatever it eat, earthworm cannot choose only the food material, only the organic material, but along with that some sandy particles, some soil also enters in the buccal cavity. Then it is taken into the pharyngeal region. So we can call it as a buccopharyngeal region. The pharyngeal gland act on it by secreting mucus and digestive enzymes. See, as like higher animals, this animal also produce some enzymatic actions or enzymes on the food material itself in the mouth or immediately after mouth, and the food is get digested or the process of digestion begins. The food continues to now pass through the another part of the chamber of the digestive system. It is normally S-shaped, capital S-shaped esophagus that is extending from 5th to 7th segment. Here you can find in the diagram, this is the esophagus. For your understanding or for diagrammatic purpose, they have drawn this esophagus straight, but normally it is S-shaped, means here we can say like this. This tube is a little curved or S-shaped. That is why it looks capital S shape, but in this diagram it is shown straight. After that, the food continues to pass now into the esophagus, that is extending from 5th to 7th segment. So 5th segment to 7th segment only the esophagus is located, and then it is given rise to gizzard. That is the characteristic feature of this animal. This gizzard is nothing but the mixer grinder. Okay, it is nothing but the mixer grinder for grinding the food material. So it has a specialized structure inside. It is located in the 8th segment. In this diagram you can see the gizzard is present immediately after esophagus. So this bulbous structure is shown, that is a gizzard. Internally it has a cuticular structure and has a teeth-like appearance. So it helps in grinding the food material, whatever brought from the mouth up to gizzard. Next compartment is stomach. Before that, let us talk a little about gizzard. That is a muscular apparatus and which grinds and crushes the food particles as well as sand particles, and this finely crushed food material enters the stomach extending from 9th to 14th segment. See very carefully the number of segments and the part present in the digestive system located inside. So 9th segment to 14th segment is a location of stomach. Here you can see stomach is here. So it's a continuous tube immediately below the gizzard and it runs up to 15th segment. Now after this, the intestinal region started. The very long, rather longest part of the digestive system is called as intestine. So intestine begins from 16th segment, rather 15, because it is taken stomach part from the 15th. So 15th segment, and it is extended up to the last segment of the body, that is up to anus. Now histologically, if you take a sectional view of the intestine, you will find the inner fold is present in the intestine, that is called as typhlosole. Okay, typhlosole, that is another terminology. This typhlosole, which increases the surface area for absorption of the food material present in the lining of intestine. And on the basis of appearance of that typhlosole, the intestine is divided into three areas. Okay, intestine is divided into three areas. I will show you these three areas in the diagram. The first area is called as pre-typhlosolar part of the intestine. That pre-typhlosolar part of the intestine started in the 15th to 25th segment. So it begins in the 15th segment, runs up to 25th segment, up to here. That is called as pre-typhlosolar part. Right. The second one is the typhlosolar region, that is started from 25th segment, and it runs up to the segments which last just before the anus, the 20 segments. That means last 20 segments are not belongs to typhlosolar. म्हणजे शेवटचे 20 सेगमेंट सोडून, म्हणजे इथून 25 पासून सुरू झाला की शेवटचे 20 सेगमेंट्स जो जिथपर्यंत येतात तिथपर्यंत काय आहे, typhlosolar area. And obviously the last 20 segments is called as post typhlosolar area or intestine, and that is run up to anus. Okay, on the basis of presence of typhlosole, there are three areas. One is pre-typhlosolar, second typhlosolar, and third is post-typhlosolar. Okay. Now we shall move to the another part of the digestive tract, that is 26th segment. Now concentrate on 26th segment. Here you will observe there is an extension running upwards, is a leaf-like structure running upwards on the either side of the intestine. This side one and the other side another one. It is called as intestinal cecum. What is it? Intestinal cecum. And this intestinal cecum is responsible for secretion of digestive enzymes which act on proteins, carbohydrates and lipids. That means whatever food is taken, and if the food contains protein, carbohydrates and lipids, this food will be digested by secretion of this intestinal cecum. The undigested food material, if still left, that food will be pushed forward through the post-typhlosolar area, then into the last segment through the anus outside the body. So it has a very simple but complete digestive system is present. It is a complete tubular. It started in the mouth region. Okay, it started in the mouth region and it finally ended in the anus. In between there is a continuous tube, so food not coming out into the nearby area of the tissue. Rather, whenever it is get digested, then it is absorbed across the lining of the intestine. That is all about the complete digestive system of earthworm. Thank you.